Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Konrad Feldman, the co-founder and CEO of Quantcast.
Thank you. Thank you. Good morning and welcome to Supernova. We're really grateful that you would spend so much of your time to share the day with us here today. We've got a truly interesting day planned. We've got some incredible guests. And my hope is that we're able to leave here having heard something that resonates with us, something that we can take away and helps us think about the challenges that we all face in a new light. Certainly, there are no lack of challenges in our industry. We're in a state of near constant change. And it's not just that there are new variables being added, it's that the very rules of the game are being changed whilst we're in the midst of playing it. It seems that hardly a month goes by where there isn't some other new substantial change in terms of the various issues that we've got to deal with, and we're all scrambling to constantly keep up with it. But change is good, change is progress in how we move ahead. So we're all thinking about this. We've attended the conferences, we've read the thought pieces, we've even written some of them ourselves. So what's different now? Why come to yet another event to discuss changing the world and how data is going to get us there? Well, there are two answers for that. First of all, it's never been just about the data. The driver of value has always been about our ability to do something useful, something meaningful with that data. Our ability to create new solutions that can tame that flood of ones and zeros and power new insights that can transform our businesses. Now, for a long time, that capacity felt like it was sort of just out of reach. We could conceive it, but we couldn't quite put it into action. Today, we can. We have the power to take trillions of data points from all across our industry, from our readers, from consumers, even from our own business processes, and we can turn them into meaningful, transformative insight. Second, we're at a point of remarkable confluence. It's no longer just about the readers of one publication or the buyers of a single product. It's no longer just about marketing data at all. We're in a world where we are all increasingly always on. Every person, even increasingly objects, carries multiple sensors. Sensors that are collecting 1,000 new parameters every second. Our houses, our cars, our appliances, even our pets and plants, all of these are creating new streams of intelligence. This is why we are here today. The confluence of data, culture, and life, and the ability for us to do beautiful things with all that we learn when these worlds collide. I know the potential of this collision is important to everyone here today, because we see the beginnings of the seismic change in our industry already. Just in our small world of advertising, programmatic now represents more than $20 billion of spend. In little more than 5 years, it's grown to represent 10% of the digital ad market. And that growth is accelerating. Icons like Clorox, Comcast, and Toyota, all of them aren't just talking about this anymore, they're actually putting significant budget behind it. And why wouldn't they? Programmatic is closest we've ever been to striking everyone's favorite advertising cliche from here and everywhere else. I know we all want to live in a world where this is never uttered again. Importantly, programmatic represents an opportunity to solve an important paradox that we face. As we have these ever-increasing streams of data, and we're better able to deal with this data, we're also dealing with this challenge where our audiences are becoming increasingly diffuse. They're now spread across dozens of different types of devices. There are millions of apps, billions of web pages, and it's becoming really difficult. As people get spread out, it's no longer just about the one television or the one newspaper we might read. It's not even about the single mobile phone or the one peripheral on our wrist or the one car with an always-on mobile connection. It's the rise of the multitudes. the multitude of devices. This is not a small trend, and it's not limited to a single social segment or economic group. It is everyone. Quantcast sees billions and billions of devices every month. Over 2 billion of those devices are mobile. Your audience spread across billions of devices, apps, browsers. Good luck. So you might ask, you'd be right to ask, so Konrad, what are you doing to help me? Well, we're doing a lot, and there's a lot more to come, but let me start by sharing some of the highlights from this past year. We're now 700 strong, spread across 23 offices, and we're making sure we have people in the markets that you care about and where you want us to be. So in the past year, we've opened offices in Sydney and Melbourne in Australia, in Milan, in Manchester, England, in Stockholm, and in Austin, Texas. We're collecting and processing more of the data from more of the places that matters to you. There are millions and millions of destinations and apps that we now support. Our daily processing now can exceed 40,000 terabytes per day. Facebook, Yahoo, AOL, all use Quantcast Measure for their video platforms. Leading content providers like the Wall Street Journal, BuzzFeed, Vox, Viacom, NBC Universal, as well as many of the platforms that power our rich web and mobile ecosystem, platforms like Smartoo in mobile, use Quantcast Measure. We are creating more insight into the activity of more consumers across more destinations than anyone else. And we've made it easier than ever to get the sort of insights you need on your audiences according to your own business taxonomies with the introduction of Easy Tag. So we're also delivering performance to match our scale. The results you see here are from a study conducted in the past 12 months, earlier this year, by an independent agency, MediaSmith. And they looked at the accuracy of all of the different data vendors in the market, looking in this case at demographics, something that could be validated by Nielsen and Comscore. And Quantcast data far exceeded the accuracy of every other data provider in the market. And this translates into superior results for you. But we're not going to rest on our laurels. We're continually enhancing the underlying modeling and also introducing new products. Recently, we introduced our groundbreaking search-powered audiences product. It's the use of search at a scale unheard of outside of, well, search. You know, historically, if you wanted to use your well-understood search taxonomies in programmatic, you were limited to search retargeting, which can be a great tactic, but is inherently limited in scale. With search-powered audiences, we use these search taxonomies to define ideal audiences, and then use our modeling capabilities on massive amounts of data to find large audiences which are similar to those responding with certain search terms. This enables search to be used as the basis for defining audiences and personas at an unprecedented scale. We've never had a product adopted so quickly. This product has been in market less than 2 months, and already over 300 leading global brands are using it. Through our acquisition of Struck 1 year ago, we've proven that personalized retargeting and prospecting go hand in hand and can thrive. We now have more than 100 patents granted and filed. In the past year, we've made more than 24 improvements to our core modeling platform. And that includes lots of things that make the advertising performance better, that make it more accurate, make it more scalable, but we're also addressing some of the fundamental issues in our industry by introducing comprehensive solutions to address viewability, brand safety, and fraud. And today we'll be introducing a groundbreaking new product, a product as transformative in its impact, we believe, as Measure was when we introduced it in 2006. So we are changing as rapidly as our industry is changing, but throughout it all, our foundation, our bedrock, has stayed the same. And that is data, and the skill and creativity necessary to turn data from raw material into something that can transform business outcomes and deliver remarkable insights. We're delighted to count most of you in the room here today as partners on our journey so far. Thank you. We're excited about what we can create together in the years and the decades to come. We're at the start of something incredibly exciting. Something that's going to fundamentally change how every publisher, marketer, and ad agency engages with the world around them, and how we reach the audiences that we want to reach and understand our customers with a greater level of accuracy and fidelity than ever before. So let's get on with the conversation. To help us today, our host is a gentleman whose last name is so unpronounceable, he graciously allows him to call him Chris Majestic. Many of you will know Chris from his CNET column, and you may also know him from the time he spent in many cities around the world, here in New York, in London, in Singapore, in Warsaw, as one of advertising's leading creative minds. We're thrilled and honored to have him shepherd us gently, I hope, through today's sessions. Chris, over to you.